Good day everyone. Now I'm going to tackle about IUCN categories and ecotourism compatibility. The extent to which the above factors apply to any particular protected area depends primarily on the latter's designation. So not all protected areas are equally compatible with all types of ecotourism. Until recently, any attempt to symmetrical analyze protected areas for ecotourism compatibility was hindered by the proliferation of protected area designations. Since any political jurisdiction can establish whatever classification structure it deems appropriate, Green and Payne, 1997, calculated that during the mid-1990s there were at least 1,388 different categories of protected area worldwide. Adding to the confusion is the plethora of meanings possible for a single designation, such as national park, wildlife reserve, or state forest. A national park in the USA or Australia, for example, usually preserves relatively undisturbed natural environments, whereas the same term in the United Kingdom describes an extensively modified landscape that is protected for its cultural as well as ecological merit. So the World Conservation Union, IUCN, has responded by devising a simplified protected area classification scheme comprising just six basic categories. The logic of this IUCN classification system, which is now widely accepted as the international standard for protected areas, is that the lower the designated number of a site, the lower the amount of environmental modification and human intervention that is acceptable. Thus, Category 1 describes wilderness areas reserved for scientific and research purposes or primitive recreation, while Category 5 describes areas such as the United Kingdom national parks where the cultural and natural environment exist in a complementary relationship. Category 6 depends or departs somewhat from the logic in that involves a natural area that is available for the sustainable extraction of resources. The term national park is applied to any highly protected, relatively undisturbed area regardless of the official designation given to it by a particular government. For example, Kenya's Masai Mara National Reserve and New South Wales Lord Howe Islands Permanent Park Preserve, Australia, are Category 2 criteria WCPA 2006. So, Table 3.4 assessed in the interpretation of Table 3.3 by depicting for each IUCN designation the level of priority assigned to various management objectives. So this Table 5.3 IUCN World Conservation Union protected area categories. The designation number and area 2003 Strict Nature Reserve 4731 103.4 million. So area of land or sea possessing some outstanding or representative ecosystems, geological or sociological features and or spaces available primarily for scientific research and or environmental monitoring. Wilderness area 1302 101.6 million. So large area of unmodified or slightly modified land and or sea retaining its natural character and influence without permanent or significant habitation, which is protected and managed so as to preserve its natural conditions. 2. National Park 3881 441.3 million, the natural area of land and or sea designated to protect the ecological integrity of one or more ecosystems for present and future generations. B. Exclude exploitation or occupation inimical to the purposes of designation to the area. And C. Provide a foundation for spiritual, scientific, educational, recreational, and visitor opportunities, all of which must be environmentally and culturally compatible. So 3. Natural Monument 19833 27.5 million. So area containing one or more specific natural or natural